Ah, I see you decided to click on my Shockwave review. Well, thank you all for joining me as I review the Transformers Studio Series number 110, Bumblebee movie Shockwave. And I'm assuming you clicked on this video because we see eye to eye on Transformers. Let the puns begin. Taking a look at Shockwave's packaging here, he's got a very nice image of him, render right there of Shockwave. It's the Studio Series number 110. Shockwave, Hasbro, Transformers, Bumblebee. And then we have Shockwave right there, and in case you forgot, this guy is authentic. Authentic Transform! Here on the back of the packaging, there's just product images and stuff like that. It says Voyager class and all that stuff there on the side. That's almost it for the packaging. Shockwave comes with a backdrop here, so you can recreate that scene from the movie where he only showed up for 3 seconds. But oh, was that the best 3 seconds of the whole movie. And besides that cardboard backdrop, the only actual accessories that this guy has, they're less more accessories and more like just removable parts off of him. But like he comes with his arm cannon right here, which is cast in very nice purple plastic, which is also very highly detailed with that gunmetal gray to bring out some of the extra details. The barrel seems a little small to me, but I mean, I guess it's movie accurate. And then he also comes with this rubbery cord that then, connects it to his back as, per Shockwave tradition. Shockwave here is technically capable to have 2 hands, but obviously that's blasphemy. And it's a really simple process to get the cannon on. It's the pretty, standard, put the hand in and stick the gun where the hand goes, and, pretty standard. And yeah, the hose is also really self-explanatory as well. And of course, Shockwave is also capable of doing it on his right arm. Hey Shockwave, you need a hand there, pal?
I swear, if someone makes that joke one more damn time...
And now here's taking a look at the head sculpt on Shockwave. I really like the head sculpt here, though part of me doesn't really like that little brow bit that's kind of making him look angry. I like it better when Shockwave just has a dead stare, but that being said, it's very subtle, so I'm not going to complain too much. And again, I love the gunmetal gray highlights, just picking out some of those extra details. I like the fins on the side of his head as well. Very good head sculpt. It's also really satisfying to look at his chest here. I love the transparent orange plastic with the sculpted in details. Just really love that extra detail. Really gives this guy a whole lot more, depth and really makes him look a lot more dynamic than, the freaking core class. And yeah, overall, I love just the sculpted in detail on the rest of it. There's also a little bit of this battle damage kind of siege-esque wash kind of going on him to, invoke that he's got some battle damage, which, again, it's a lot more gradual on this figure. I like it a lot better on this figure than some of those siege figures because it feels well placed. It feels like he has a lot of proper weathering on him for how long the battle's been going on. And again, sculpted in details are also painted out pretty well throughout the entire figure. Because he doesn't have a whole lot of accessories, it does allow for the budget of the figure to go toward a lot of, the actual figure itself. And yeah, very nice looking action figure. He's also got the treads right in there, so it kind of clues you in as to what he transforms into. And overall, the back is actually kind of plain looking. I am glad they added in this extra bit of purple to give that bit of depth, but overall, it's nothing too fancy to look at, but I mean, at least he's not like super hollow in some areas. I've been highly anticipating this figure for a while, because aside from Optimus Prime and Megatron, I mean, everyone loves Optimus and Megatron, I mean, why would you not? But whenever it came to the supporting cast, I've always loved Shockwave, because as a kid, I always loved just his unique design compared to everyone else, with his eye, the gun hand, and I also love the color purple, and so I just always gravitated toward this character, which is why I was highly anticipating this particular Shockwave figure. And I love how close to Generation 1 this design is. Not that I'm saying that the Bayverse design is bad, because, I mean, I still like that one, too. What? Now getting into Shockwave's articulation, he does have a swivel at the head, and it does feel like he can look up and down like a little bit, but I mean, it doesn't hold any poses or anything. Shoulders can rotate a full 360. Obviously, if you have the hose, it limits on this one. His arms can move outward that far, and then they can move, down. And then Of course, addressing the elephant in the room, this guy does not have a freaking bicep swivel. He does have an elbow swivel at the lower forearm, but I mean, it's especially frustrating when the freaking core class figure has a freaking bicep swivel. And then he has a bend at the elbow. His wrists do rotate. He also has a waist swivel, which is always appreciated. Hips can rotate forward that far. They can rotate back that far. He does get a knee swivel. And a thigh swivel. Don't forget the thigh swivel. He does have that up there and right there. And then due to transformation, he does also have these joints, which do allow for extra range in case you need them. 90 degrees of bend at the knee. And then his ankles can hinge up and down. And then he has a barely even non-existent pivot. Honestly, I'm a little more mad that there's not enough ankle pivot, more so than the bicep swivel.
Life is good, but it can be better.
And now for comparisons, here is Shockwave with one of his teammates, the Bumblebee Movie Studio Series Starscream, Bumblebee Movie Soundwave, the absolutely amazing concept art Megatron. Check out that review if you guys haven't yet. And now for the core class figure. But I don't want to go into the storage bin. Here he is with the core class. Alrighty, now let's get into Shockwave's quick and easy transformation. And here's now taking a look at Shockwave in his tank mode, and yeah, it's not really much to go off on, but I'm just happy to finally have this figure in a Voyager size, like just to own this figure in general. Unlike Briximus Prime, who got it at TFCon back in March, you son of a bitch. I'm just kidding, Briximus, you're awesome, bro. Like shown off before, a lot of the mechanical details that I've already shown off before have all still carried over into this mode. They're just, now rearranged in a yoga pose with a giant cannon on top, so nothing too much to go off on. It does have some rolling wheels down there with the treads, and it actually slides a lot better than I thought it would. And then also, since this is just a 5mm connection right here, you can rotate the cannon right here. It can move up and down as well. What the fuck? It can move up and down as well, and then also this bit can rotate and such. So you guys can adjust it however you want. Here is Shockwave compared next to Starscream. Here he is with the Soundwave's Goblin Glider mode.
The McWave is back!
Here is Shockwave compared next to the concept art Megatron tank mode. And here's Voyager Shockwave compared next to the core class Shockwave.
Alright, time for you to go back in the freaking storage bin!
Also, I want you guys to know, and I want to make it very clear, that that comparison was not worth it. And that is pretty much it for my review on this Shockwave figure. So yeah, I really do like the figure. I'm really happy to own it. It's not necessarily my favorite Shockwave toy, but it is definitely a good Shockwave toy. I'm a little sour about the bicep swivel, but as I previously mentioned, I'm kind of a little bit more thinking ankle pivot is more necessary than the bicep swivel is. But that being said, I still think this is definitely one of the better Studio Series Voyagers, because it's also, this guy is a little bit of a bigger Voyager compared to other Voyager class figures that have come out nowadays, so I feel like I'm definitely getting my money's worth with this guy compared to other figures. And also, I also really like this guy's transformation for it being really simple. And yeah, like I said before, I like his tank mode. It's very simplistic, and the whole thing transforms exactly like the core class, just with a couple extra steps kind of added in. So it's honestly really simple and very effective. I just wish that since the transformation was very simple, it would have left more room or more, ways to add in extra bits of articulation in the robot mode. I really like Shockwave. I feel like he's a great addition to the collection, and he's, all sized up properly and all that extra stuff like I mentioned about the whole core class. And so yeah, if I had to give this guy a rating based on, everything, detail, articulation, etc., I give him a very solid 7 out of 10. He's not super high up there, but I do still really like this figure. I still, in terms of like the Decepticons that I showed off, Megatron is number 1, Soundwave and Shockwave are like tied for number 2, and then Starscream is like in the number 3 or 4. But overall, I really love these Bumblebee Movie Studio Series Decepticons. So anyway, that is basically it for this review. If you guys enjoyed it, give me a like on the video, comment below what you guys think, subscribe to the channel for more Transformers and action figure videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.